Hey, collective, what's going on? You know what? I just tried to do this video and I'm talking. It wasn't that long and I look over and the mic was not plugged in. So I plugged the mic in and I was about 26 seconds in and I was going to keep it in the video. I'm like, nobody's going to want to watch that, but it was hilarious. At least I caught it early. So I heard in meditation that someone here who has never been a leader before, like like in the career sector, you haven't been in a leadership role, they want you to know you have this, it's, don't want to say subconscious. It's like, you know it's there, but you don't want to name it. You're afraid to be a leader. You're afraid to be looked up to because you have had so many people knock you down and tell you your ways are wrong. Like I'm getting this vibe, like, for example, right now, let's just say, I don't know, let's just say you're in an office job and you're on a team and your team sees that you like to work and that you do a good job and that you go in and you work all day and whatever. And your team feels like you're trying to show them up. And you're not trying to show them up. It's just an innate quality in you. You like to go in and work and do your job. You're not trying to show anybody up. They're taking it that way. It's because you have that unique, innate quality inside of you where you are intrinsically motivated to become, to be your best. And that's not a quality everybody carries like naturally. And they want you to know, hold on, let me get the phrasing. What somebody out here is perceiving this. In a work environment, you are perceiving other people as not liking you when actually they are intimidated by you. Mhm. It's because they can sense, it's like the vibration that you emit, what you put off. You have this leadership quality, and you are supposed to be in a role like that, whether you are in one right now or not. You will end up in a role like that in whatever capacity. I don't know. Kind of feels like something. For some of you, it's in what you're doing already, and you're just going to be promoted. For others of you, it's like a whole new thing. It's not like going to another company doing the same work. I'm not getting that vibe at all. I'm getting a vibe of either doing something totally different or being promoted where you are. Excuse me. I need some water. I didn't drink enough at work today. All right. I'm all of a sudden having a hard time breathing. Like it's like almost like somebody, like you feel constricted. Now it's like I need to take off my sweater. Like you feel constricted, almost like, oh, your body needs to like be pushed out. There's so much that is screaming. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden, I was like, I just want to be like, like I just want to, I feel like I'm crawling out of my skin. Like, I'm trying to explain a feeling here, and I'm not doing a very good job. I'm just looking a little bit cuckoo. Um, Boxed in, but it's more than being boxed in. It's more than being boxed in. Like the feeling of it is, it's intense for me to experience, I'll be honest. And it's like you haven't been naming this or putting words to it, where you feel this restrictive energy. And it, and they want you to stop thinking about whether people like you and start thinking about, would they even bring value to my life? Every time you care, you start catching yourself, and it's just a habit. You start catching yourself thinking about what somebody thinks of you. And they want you, my hair looks crazy now. They want you to start saying, what value would they bring to my life? What qualities do they have that I would like to be added to my life? They don't want you to start looking at it in this one-way transaction, like, well, do you like me? Do you like me? Because it's kind of your inner child screaming that, and they don't want you doing that anymore. But yeah, I was getting, see the feelings going away now. I'm able to breathe. Before I was having this like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch a deep breath, and it was starting to make me panic. And it was them showing me that's kind of how you walk through your days, having that feeling, because you're not expressing yourself outwardly in a way that represents who you truly are. And they say you know where to start. You're intimidated by it. And here's the thing, once you do it, you're kind of going to be like, oh, that's it? Like, I waited all this time for nothing? Okay. All right. They want you to be careful about certain people's hidden agendas. Um, they want you to watch out for clickbait. They want you, they want you to watch out for watching ads and thinking like everything's a sign from Source or some shit. That's funny. I've done that. I know that's true. I'm, like, oh, maybe this is a sign. Really, it's probably just me wanting it. Anyway, they want you to be careful about that. You've learned your lesson in the past. Maybe you end up spending money you didn't want to spend and you couldn't get it back or whatever. So they want you to just be weary, not weary, but be aware is the word I'm wanting to say. Be aware of that. Don't be careful with your money right now. They also want you to know, there's something that's happening from the past where somebody all of a sudden decides to come back in because they see you doing a side hustle. They somehow think you've come into some money because of this side hustle. This is not going to be for everybody, but they think you've come into some money because of the side hustle. And now all of a sudden they want to be situational single, right? They're not really single, but in this situation, they're going to tell you they're single because they think that you have something that would benefit them. And they want you to know this person's got a hidden agenda, okay? They think that you have money now. So they're going to want to come and squash things, let bygones be bygones, let's just be friends, work their way into your life, and they're not single. They're not single. They're just not. Okay? So be careful. Your side hustle is paying off, and if you have not really delved into this yet, for those of you who want to, it's going to be successful. That's a good idea. And then we have, what is this one? Okay. Look at that. You went from toxic love to brand new. Somebody is going to be totally, totally shocked. It's almost like a move. This is weird to explain it this way, but it's the only way I can think about it. And my left palm just started itching so bad. That means receiving something, money, receiving something good. This is something good coming in. Whenever my palms start itching like this, money comes in. So, and it just started doing that. And look, you've got shocking right here. Shocking. So they want you to know somebody who you were in a relationship with, it was a toxic love story, it was a toxic bond, they still want to hold you in that same place because they have not healed. If they would have taken the time to heal, you would not be held in that same place. They would see you through a different lens, but they are not seeing you through a different lens. They are still seeing you through that angry, manipulative, I'm going to get back at you type of energy. And they want you, it's like, but they're not going to act that way. They're going to act situational single. So they want you to be careful when this person comes in. They're trying to get something from you. Not only, and it'll be like a win-win for them, because not only are they going to get the physical thing, they're going to get the love, the physical body. They're going to get the attention. They're going to get the resources that they want. And then they're going to be able to break your heart all over again when they take off and have played you and you got duped once again. They get off on manipulating people, hurting them, especially those who have hurt them. They love to have payback. And if they could spend the rest of their life paying you back because they have not healed, they would do that. But you are not going to allow that to happen, right? Right. You know how you're not going to allow it? by not allowing this person back into your life in any capacity. I mean, maybe they have to be in your life in some capacity. But it's like, but don't give them an inch. Don't give them any information. Don't give them any inkling that you want some type of reconciliation, even as a friend. It's like Source wants you right now to keep things kind of like a business transaction with whoever this is. Just you say the things you need to say, and you leave out all the fluff. You leave out any personal details about your life. You say absolutely nothing about what's going on in your life, right? The Source wants this person out of your life. And it's a lesson that you are giving them because they want details from your life. And they're used to being able to say one sentence to you, and then all of a sudden, you go, and you give them a long dissertation about what's going on in your life. And next thing you know, they've been listening to an entire conversation about your life, learning all of this information about you, and you've learned nothing about them. Because maybe you're thinking, I'm going to open up and show them that I've changed. I don't know. There could be reasons. You could be wanting to give this information for healthy reasons, but they are not wanting to use it for healthy reasons. So Source is wanting you to protect yourself. They're not telling you these things because they want you to sit and stew in the information. 11:11 was on the clock. They're wanting to tell you these things so that you can move accordingly. So there is not about you sitting in the comments going, yeah, well, my ex, da 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 da. It doesn't matter what your ex says. You know it. Nobody else needs to know it. I'm not going to be that person that's like going to encourage you to write your story out in the comments just for likes. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I don't want to encourage you to write your story out if it's not the story you want to tell. You can write the story you want to tell. You can shift it if you want to do that. Something bad happened to me similar to what you said in the past, but from now on, I'm going to change it to da-da-da-da-da and rewrite your story and start reprogramming it right in the comments. You can do that. I would encourage that. But I would refrain from trying to retell that story. The only reason Source is giving you this detail and sharing it with you is so that you can move differently. Because there's something about your heart being big, pure, and open, and you wanting other people to have that so badly. And you get hurt easily because other people, it's not that they're put off by it in a way that's, well, I mean, they are put off by it, but the reason they're put off by it is because they can't be that free. A lot of people just can't speak so candidly about things that you can. And maybe you're praised for it, maybe you're chastised for it, maybe both. But either way, there's something about the way you speak that makes this other person so angry. Why? Because you speak right to their heart. You speak right to their heart. You know what? This is so messed up. Side note. I'm in front of a window, and I thought having natural light that I would not look as pale as I do in videos, because I have no lighting. I don't have any ring lights or anything, And I thought before it was my lighting that made me so pale in videos. No, I am just like, Jesus did not let me cook long enough. Sorry. Anyway, I'm just staring at myself thinking, damn, Jesus. What is that? Help me out. I kid. Okay. Ooh, this is why they're mad. Okay, someone here, are you doing a side hustle? Are you doing a side hustle or doing something where you are public in some way and you have maybe a following, or I don't know, just a lot of people that like you now for some reason? This person who wants to come back into your life is a clout chaser as well. They want to be a part of what you're doing because they want to be able to use your platform to build their own platform. That's another thing they want to do. And they want to point that out. They want to be able to be in your physical vicinity, to be able to be around you when you create content in whatever way you do, and be introduced, and then kind of like, be that person and, use you use you so that they could build their own following and then take off. That is not cool. That hurts my heart because honestly, I've never once thought about that. I've never once thought about doing something like that to somebody. Never. That's sad. But that's also my opinion. I mean, some people may say, hey, that's business, baby. I don't know. So let's see what is going to happen with you in business, what advice they have for you in business right now. Okay. Action is the key to getting where you need to go. You can't sit and wait around, and you need to take a step in any direction to get unstuck. So maybe you just feel like stagnant. You know what I just saw? I just saw where, I don't know if they do this everywhere, but where I live, they will seam the streets with tar. And they just showed me a really hot summer day where they just laid down fresh tar and somebody stuck their foot in tar and you're pulling your foot up and all this tar is trying to keep you stuck. It's like your feet are just, they're not going anywhere. So take it further. What's the point of that? You need to show a little grit. And just say, instead of waking up every day, this is, okay, they're giving me the energy. Instead of waking up today, like, I wonder if this is going to be the day that I get it right. Or, something like that. And wake up and say, this is the day I'm getting it right. Today I get unstuck. It's like, you need to claim that shit. Own it. Set that, you know what, I'm listening to this book on tape called Atomic Habits. Excuse me. And I'm going to go through the workbook too. And because it's something that would benefit me greatly, and it already is. And one of the things that he was talking about was making your habits specific. Like, let's just say, instead of saying, I'm going to work out, I'm going to start working out. Say, I'm going to work out tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and I'm going to do da-da-da-da-da. And like really make it specific and set that intention and be specific and just laser focus on that thing. It is retraining your brain to be focused like that. So it's almost like you need to do that because that tar can get unstuck if you just pull a little bit. It's almost like you just got to be like, almost get a little angry. Like, you know how you're doing something and you want to get something into place, and sometimes you get frustrated and you just put a little elbow into it, and then you jerk it loose, right? Or jerk it loose, put it into place or whatever. Bang it into place, jerk it loose, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Something like that. They want you to just like show your grit. You've had this grit before. You just need to find it again. And once you do, you're going to realize how good it feels. And then you're going to be like, oh, what else can I do? What else can I do? Let's try this. What else can I do? You're going to get a taste of that grit bug, and you're going to become addicted to the grit. And that's good if you use it for good. And it feels like that's where you are. That feels like that's at the place that you're in is wanting to use it for good. Using your grit for good. I like it. I like it. Gestures and independence. Okay. You may be asked to help someone out, or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others, and you will receive recognition too. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business. That is two things. You've had the side hustle card, and now creating your own business. Okay, try something well outside of your comfort zone. It literally says that on the card. Didn't I say that you're going to either get promoted where you are or do something totally different? I wasn't getting like, I'm going to go from this healthcare organization to this healthcare organization. My pen exploded on me at work today. I'm not, it's not like you're going from this company to this company doing the same work. It's like you're going to be doing something totally different on your own, a side hustle, or being promoted into some type of leadership role where you are. Yep, that's what I got. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.